Hey Team Recyclops, how's it going? I'm going to do a video for you guys because I may not be in the team meeting because of a chemistry test. This is not a video to show you guys everything that you need to do. This is just to give you some tips and tricks and practical advice. I'm going to give you a list of all the things that I do moving forward, and then I'll do them, and then I'll highlight some of the things at the end. And that way you don't have you have an uninterrupted stream of the pitch. So some of the things that I'm going to show you is when you have a door like this, make sure you stand on the right side of the door. That way when it opens you can talk to them. If you're on the left side of the door, when they open it, you're going to get smashed. The other things is to make sure that you smile, make sure that you nod your head, that you're confident. I also gave Eva some objection stuff, but remember that the primary objective is to get information and secondary is to sign people up. Okay, so we're going to start. We got my wife here, Marin. She's going to be our customer today, so I'm going to pretend to knock on her door, yeah, hopefully some of this stuff is helpful. Oh, so some of the things that you're going to be aware of, I'm going to be very kind, very nice, very confident, as well as very smooth. You'll see that I talk a little bit slower as well as I'm smiling and nodding a lot. That's going to be really good because it keeps the customer happy, engaged, as well as agreeable with you. So as you smile and nod, they smile and nod. The other thing is whenever they say an objection, I'm also going to make sure that I don't say, oh, I'm going to be like, yeah, of course, and have them think that I'm like agreeing with them. I'm like, oh, duh. And then you'll see that I resolve the objection somehow. Then I give them kind of a bonus, and then I go to close them again. So you'll see that pattern frequently. It's something that will be good in sales, but remember our primary focus is to get information. So if it doesn't help, then whatever. As well as I would recommend that only one person talk and the other person take notes. And switch off. That way it's not awkward to have two people talk. Yeah, so without further ado, we're going to get started. I'm going to knock, and I'll have a kind of fake conversation with my wife. Here we go.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
It's good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm Ryan. I'm with Recyclops. We're BYU students. This is my partner, Rebecca. I don't know if you've heard of Recyclops before. We're around here in town. It's a recycling company. Is that something you've heard of before?
Yeah, I think I actually took like a social entrepreneurship class, and the guy who started the company came and talked to us.
Cool. That's awesome. So tell me about your recycling. Do you recycle a lot? Is that something that you're interested in, or?
Yeah, I'm actually from Oregon, so we're all about recycling there.
Awesome.
There's
That's fabulous.
There's recycling bins everywhere in Oregon, so it's really easy to recycle. But here it's a lot harder because it's rare that you ever see a recycling bin. And so I want to recycle, but it's hard because it takes me a lot more effort to actually do it, you know?
Right. So did you recycle a lot in Oregon then? Is that something you had at your house, or?
Yeah, it was just right next to our trash bin. We always had a recycling bin that was just as big. So everything that we could possibly recycle, we just did, and it was just easy.
Yeah. So would you say you primarily don't do it because of how difficult and inconvenient it is?
For sure. Sometimes I'll go out of my way to do it still, but it's just not when I lived in Oregon, it was just second nature. Yeah. Throwing trash, trash went in the trash and recycle went in the recycle, but here that doesn't really happen anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, it actually does for a lot of people, and that's why we're here today, Rebecca and I, and again, my name's Ryan. With Recyclops, we're actually helping quite a few of people around here in both apartments as well as in houses to do recycling. And it's just like what you're used to. You just put your recycling away, and Recyclops is a company who actually comes and picks it up and then recycles it for you. How does that sound? Does that sound something that you're interested in?
It sounds really cool. I mean, is it something that I'd have to pay for, a subscription sort of thing?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Honestly, everybody pays to get their trash taken out anyway. Usually you only pay your apartment, your fee for your apartment, and they just do your trash for you. and so it's like in your rent. This is something that we won't be partnering with your apartment complex, so it would be something that you would pay for, but it is not that expensive. Right now, we're just charging $7 a month per apartment, and that way you can recycle everything. Is that something that you'd like to do?
I guess I just like it. I don't really have to think about paying for my trash, and so like
Right.
like seeing that come up in my bank account every month, I feel like I'll feel guilty for it because like
I know, right?
that's more things I like haven't budgeted for, like that I don't have money for.
I know. So many people say that just because trash isn't really an expense that we think about. But the other thing is the expense on the environment of not doing it. And that's something that we should be thinking about. And so for just like $7 a month, and you guys can split that up with all of your roommates, that's something that like a lot of people will go for. So, I mean, I get how it's like maybe not in the budget, but like split up between a couple people if your roommates want to kind of like join in. I think it'd be something that would be really awesome for you. So I've talked about the price, and I'm going to talk about the service a little bit. So what the service is basically you just keep all of the things outside of your normal trash that you would recycle and just put it in like bags that we provide for you, and then we'll come pick it up. And I'm actually not sure, Recyclops, if they do it weekly or monthly. I'm just going to say weekly. So we'll come pick it up once a week, and that way we'll recycle it for you. It's actually really sweet. So what was your name again?
I'm Marin.
Marin, okay.
Yeah.
And so is that something that you'd want to get started with us?
Yeah, I feel like that's something I want to be able to do, you know? So,
Okay.
I mean, that's less than, like, what I pay for Netflix, so, like...
I know, right?
I feel like I should be able to, like, pay to help the earth.
Yeah. And I don't feel bad. I mean, it is something that all of us should be doing. Honestly, if you sign up with us right now, the reason why we're doing this is because if you like us on Facebook, then you'll actually get your first month for free. Nice. So does that sound like a good deal?
Yeah, I'd actually love to do that.
Awesome. Amazing. Okay, so we're going to go through the scenario that she actually says no. And then, yeah, so we'd sign her up. Okay. Huh?
Never mind.
Okay, anyway. Yeah, so let's have her say no. So... yeah, so you'd actually get your first month for free. Is that something that you want to sign up for then?
I don't know. I should probably, like, talk to my roommates first and see if they'd be willing to, like,
Right.
help pay for it. Because otherwise, like, it sounds nice if I'm only paying a couple bucks a month. But, like,
Yeah.
maybe if I get my roommates and then, like, can I find you online or something and sign up through there?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Pause. So right now she brought up an objection that you guys will probably get a lot, which is the roommate thing. Make sure they know that they can sign up online, but also what I'm going to do is acknowledge her objection by saying, yeah, of course. Resolve her concern, give her like an ACE, which is basically like an extra perk, and then try to close her again. So, no, that's actually a great thing. A lot of people have asked that. The one thing that I like to say to people when they kind of bring that up is that, like, if your roommates don't like take care of the earth, like, it's still important for me to do that. So although, like, sure, it'd be nice to have them jump on board, it's just like, it's a lot nicer if, like, you know, if it's something that I want to make sure I'm doing, then it's something that I'm willing to pay for to, like, you know, take care of the earth and stuff. And it sounds like that's something that you'd really like to do. And so if we give you that first free month, do you think that would give you enough time to kind of get together with your roommates and pull it together, maybe $2 each?
I mean, yeah, that sounds like not too bad of an idea. I just, like, I have just fear of commitment, so I don't really want to, like, sign it right now, you know?
That's fine. So she gave another objection, and this is where you probably won't get the sale, so just go back to trying to get information. And so I'm going to ask her, so just that totally makes sense. Just so that we know, so we can serve students better, is it more of, like, the product, or do you think it's, like, the price?
I guess, like, the product just, I don't know if it's exactly what I want. Like, I want to see if there's any other options that I could do, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, and what other options do you think would be better for you?
I don't know, like, making my brother take it for me. Like something
Could
that
you
I
pay
don't
him
really
to do
have to
that?
pay for. No, but I can bribe him with food or something.
All right, cool. So I'm just gonna be writing down these notes and then say, great. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. It's Marin, right?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you. Okay, have a great day. And that's it. Hopefully that helps. I'm just going to point out some things. Obviously, I was more focused on getting the sale, and you guys should be more focused on just getting information. But I just wanted to show you some of the tips and tricks in sales. A lot of things that I was doing is I was very kind, very personable. I was smiling and nodding a lot and making sure that I was listening to her, kind of getting her story, having her say her concerns and like what her experience with recycling is, and then solving those experiences with Recyclops, making sure she knows it's a legitimate company, how it works. I explained the product and the price, and then I tried to close her. And then she obviously responded by saying no. And so then I like listened to her concern, resolved it, gave her an ace, which is basically like giving her some type of like bonus, and then I tried to close her again and she said no again. And at that point I was like, oh, is it more like the product or price, just to make sure if I had understood her concerns or not. At this point it was like, well, I'm done getting the sale, I'm just going to get some information. So like, oh, so it's the product that she didn't like. What product would be better? And it's important that we ask like what product would be better, or like what price would be better. If she said, oh, it's really the price, then I would have said like what price, because that information